The assignment I've chosen is adaptive practice. I include this with each chapter that the students do, and I use adaptive practice as a review tool for students. Um, I think that it is best, or I prefer when it is used after they have reviewed the material as a type of self-assessment and quiz for the student. Um, So they're shown this message when they first start about how it works. They'll track their completion and they'll have progress going up or down because, of course, adaptive practice works by assessing the material that the student is retaining or understanding, and then providing them with more questions to that same material if they seem to be struggling with it a little bit more. So this will be their progress tracker and they can see, their benchmarks here, hopefully attaining between 80 and 100%, or at least striving for 60% or better. It gives them the due date and things of that nature on this screen here, and estimated how many questions. Of course, this is an estimate based on their performance. As we said, if they're not performing as well, they will get more questions. If they're performing well, then they will be on the fewer end. And I do like for them to, and I try to make it a point to say, attempt to do these when you first start without using any notes, so that it is definitely a self-assessment. It tells them what content is covered, and then you would start the assessment. It's currently past the due date, so it's technically in a study mode, but as you can see here, they'll have questions, and then they'll go through, submit their answer. They can always come back to it. It does give them the correct answer. And if they mark a question wrong, then they'll see that as well. And then they can actually get the solutions and see, so they can get some assistance. And it also tells them where this question is coming from in the text. So that way they are able to go back and review that section once they see that they are missing more questions from a certain area. So we'll just click through a few questions here. I am not reading these. And then this bar would show their progress as they were doing the assignment up here. So it would progress. They can always exit back. And when they exit back, it will tell them how long they've spent working at this. It'll show them their progress as they go along, as we said. And then it will also let them see how many questions they've covered in each of the sections, and will provide them with a breakdown of incorrect and where they may need to spend their time. So I really like this activity because it allows for self-assessment of the student after they've reviewed the information. And then it also allows them that detailed feedback to see where they may need to spend a little bit more time.